What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics in short-form videos just like these. So check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, there was a land update from Cryptomancer actually a couple days ago at this point. Now, I don't know, and I don't believe that Cryptomancer put this in like the tavern area. So it was in a gate-kept channel, which is the Land Barons channel. I mean, it makes sense for him to put it in there. Okay, so like I don't think that there was like any maliciousness about like not sharing this with the community. Obviously, it makes sense to share it in the land channel, but I realized that if it's there, then people probably don't have access to see it. So I figured I'd share it with you here, and I don't know that I'm going to share them regularly, but it seems like he's going to do them on a weekly basis, which is great, right? We want to be able to see this. The DAO is paying for it, so shout out to Cryptomancer. Thank you for the transparency. So as you can see here, you know, I actually don't remember where the last things were in terms of like being done and in progress. We can just go with like what's not started at this point and see that like the wood, iron, stone as SPS and research inputs, handle handle inter-resource swaps in one transaction, add a way to harvest all resource types at once instead of one at a time, and then track fees earned from liquidity positions for each player. So those are probably the main things, and then he actually puts a nice summary down here, which we'll go through. So here is a summary of the land progress over the past week. So finished adding support for wood, stone, and iron to the Harvest All screen, verified that grain worksite transitions work with Harvest All, added a Harvest All variation of the automatic worksite transition notification, fixed issue with misleading tax numbers on the Harvest All screen, and number 5, started working on the Trade Hub changes to support new LPs for wood, stone, and iron. My efforts for much of November will likely be focused on various aspects of the Trade Hub. I've identified 3 major features that I'll be working on implementing. So in progress currently, you have the Trade Hub support for multiple LPs. So just the ability to add more LPs, right? In addition to grain DEC, you're going to have wood, stone, and iron each paired with DEC. Number 2, which has not been started, but add a way to track fees earned. So we did cover that earlier, right? So add a way to track fees earned for each player, because people, and actually I think that's a great thing. It's a quality of life thing, but I understand why he's trying to put it in. A lot of people always ask like, well, how much did I make? And it's like, well, it's actually kind of difficult to track, right? Unless you remember how much you put in, the different quantities that you put in. Really, it's just added onto your balance, and there's no like separate thing that's tracking it. And then number 3, which also has not been started, but allow direct resource to resource swaps, something like grain to stone, rather than it being a 2 transaction thing that the user needs to go through, where they go from grain to DEC and then DEC to stone. You can do it all in one go. Most swaps have it like this. I think all except for Hive Engine. I'm not even sure why Hive Engine doesn't offer that. And when I mean Hive Engine, like Tribal Dex and BSwap and any other ones that are associated or built on top of Hive Engine. So that'll be nice to have, where you can just go from one to the other and it'll cover the transactions in the background. But that'll be cool. And here he shared some teasers, so you can see this is what it's going to look like with the LPs. Obviously the vouchers are included there as well. Pretty standard stuff. Here you go with the exchange resources. So again, if you've traded vouchers or grain, none of this is like particularly new. It's just cool that he's sharing it with us so we can see that the stuff is in progress. And then of course the markets page, where you can go and see how much you have, your contribution, what the total is, 24-hour trade activity stuff. So you can see all this stuff is coming along. Hopefully we're still on track for a Q1 release, and I would love an early Q1 release, but we'll probably be able to get a little bit more of an idea of that as we go along here. Once again, if we go back up to the top, you can see here that a lot of the stuff is in progress already, right? And what he's working on, handle inter-resource swaps in one transaction. So that's going to be something as his focus for November. Add one way to harvest all resources. That's going to be something for November as well. And track fees. So each of these not started here are going to be, hopefully, I don't know if they're going to be completed in November, but that's going to be his main focus. So that really just leaves the wood, stone, and iron as SPS and research inputs. I think that might have to come from Matt. We'll have to wait and see, or whoever's designing land, to see what is going to be required first, right? In terms of, if you want to get SPS, it's not just going to be grain now. You're going to have some of these other resources as well. Same thing with research. So, hopefully we'll get more info on that at some point in the near future. But just wanted to share that progress with you in case you were not able to see it if you're not in the Land Barons page. If you want me to do regular updates like this whenever he does post, if he's going to be posting weekly, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, like I said, unless it's something major, I think that this was good because it kind of gives his outline for the entire next month of November. But unless you want me to do the weekly stuff, let me know. Otherwise, I probably won't. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.